You are thinking about running for president in 2016, and I want to talk to you about that in a moment, but it has brought attention back to some of your comments, as it does to any candidate potentially running for president. You said recently that you thought that there might not actually be elections in 2016 because of widespread anarchy. Do you really believe that?
Well, I hope that that's not going to be the case, but certainly there is the potential, because you have to recognize that we have a rapidly increasing national debt, a very unstable financial foundation, and you have all of these things going on like the ISIS crisis that could very rapidly change things that are going on in our nation. And unless we begin to deal with these things in a comprehensive way and in a logical way, there is no telling what could happen in just a matter of a couple of years, and particularly in a situation where we have a Senate and a Senate leader who has over 300 bills sitting on his desk, will not bring them to the floor for a vote, thereby thwarting the will of the people. And this country was supposed to be a country where the government conformed to the will of the people, not the people conformed to the will of the government.
Let me pick up on that, because, and talk specifically about a candidacy. You say, and this is your quote, the likelihood is strong that you will run for president in 2016. Do you really want to spend the next 2 years begging people for money, shaking hands, eating a lot of bad meals, when I think you would agree, at best, you're a distinct long shot?
Well, let me put it this way. It would be much more pleasant to put my feet up, to relax. You know, I've made plenty of money. I can live a very comfortable life, and that would be my preference. However, given the state of our nation, looking at what's going on, and understanding that sometimes we're called to do things that we don't want to do because we have to do them. And we look at the future of our children, our grandchildren, all the people who come behind us. If we all run for the hills, if we all run for the most comfortable place and just allow whatever to happen, then we get what we deserve.
I have about a minute left. I'm going to be transparent here. You and I are friends. I have great regard for you, and we have had this question that I'm about to ask you we've talked about in private. But after looking at Barack Obama and what's happened with his lack of political experience over these last 6 years, wouldn't putting Ben Carson in the Oval Office be akin to putting a politician in an operating room and having him perform one of your brain surgeries?
I don't think so. I think what is required for leadership is wisdom and the ability to assemble an appropriate team, ability to listen, and an ability to make wise decisions. And we also have to recognize what I said a little bit earlier. Our system was designed by our founders with the people in mind, and with the will of the people in mind, not with the will of the government. If you want the will of the government, yes, you need people who spend their whole lives in politics. And they are people who are much more likely to be able to impose the will of the government. But I don't think that that's what we need. And Jefferson said, when things got so bad, the people would actually make a correction. I think it's time to make that correction now.
Ben Carson, thank you. Thanks for coming in today. It's always